Okay, so this is Farmer's Market. This is a blind playtest. We have cut out the pieces. They're currently in 2 bags. These are all the veggies. And these are all the other ones.
The order cards.
Order cards. Alright, so can you please read the rules?
Place all order cards and veggies in separate bags. Shake them up to make sure the cards are mixed very well. And place 3 order cards on the order slots in the game board.
So I'm going to reach in, grab 3 blind. Just making sure there's only 3 is a little bit difficult because this is just regular paper.
Yeah.
So,
and it's a plastic bag. So, whoops.
So 3 tomatoes straight down, an eggplant, a carrot, and an onion in a straight line, and a tomato, a pepper, and an onion in a diagonal. Alright.
Place 1 random veggie in the middle card on the field on the game board. And the random veggie is an onion.
Okay. Goes here, I guess?
Yeah. Right in that tile. It's just a little hard to move since, again, paper. Each player draws 5 random veggie cards. So, I will draw my veg. Two, 4, 5. I do want to note for the camera, I'm actively looking away from the bag as I did that. Make sure that I did not get in, I did not spoil myself in any way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
One quick question I have. Are the tiles meant to be hidden or seen? Because that seems like something that should be noted in the rules. I'm not seeing that though.
One would assume it's supposed to be an opaque bag, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I meant more like once we draw out the cards.
Okay.
The youngest player goes first. Play rotates clockwise. I am the youngest, so the sequence of play. At the start of each turn, the player may mulligan. They may discard their entire hand of veggies cards, then draw 5 random new veggie cards. This can only be done on your turn, and only once a turn. You can place a veggie card on an empty square next to another veggie card. If this veggie card completes one of the shown order cards, collect that order card, discard those veggie cards, and then place a new order card. If this new order card is already complete on the field, you may collect that order card as well. Then discard the veggies and replace the order card. Discard order and veggie cards, and veggie cards are returned to respective bags. Each order card that is collected is worth 5 points. At the end of your turn, draw veggie cards until there are 5 in your hand. If a player plays a harvest card, that player clears all veggie cards of that indicated type and gains 1 point for each veggie card cleared that way. Play continues until a player has reached 50 points. That player is the winner. I do understand these rules. I'm just pointing that out.
1 second.
Alright.
Each order card that is collected is worth 5 points. Okay, so let's start of each turn. Play the mulligan. Draw 5 new right now. Okay. What if someone pulls off all the last veggies?
I assume that they end up getting all the points, and
Well, no. Let's say just for a moment, you put a carrot, I put a eggplant, and then sweep the board.
I feel like at least for the purposes of this game demonstration, if that happens, I feel like you as a player would be forced to put down at least one veggie before you can draw again. Since it's not clarified in the rules, and it needs to be at least one veggie down before you can continue on with your turn.
Okay.
If the creator of the game disagrees, you can change that rule. Just giving that out as an option. Alright. As for my turn, I'm gonna mulligan.
Okay.
Mostly because I want to see this mechanic in action. Oh, veggies are flying out of the bag. This one's mine.
How many are on the floor?
None on the floor, thankfully. I caught them before they fell out.
Okay.
1, 2, 3,
Alright.
4, 5.
I'm not going to say anything until the end.
Yeah. I'm just tossing my thoughts out as I'm in the process of doing things in the meanwhile. So, putting down a pepper. I draw to max. Hold on, I need to just check because I just noticed something.
What's that?
Okay. Oh, alright. So it's not something I have to play as soon as I get it. I got a harvest card, and I wanted to see if the moment I draw that, I have to play it out, or if I can keep it until a specific time. Seeing as I can keep it, I'm not too worried. Here you go.
Alright, so my turn. I too am going to mulligan.
Alright.
So, 1, 2. 3, 4. 5. And what do you know? I got my tomato.
Good. Alright, so the thing that we were considering does actually happen.
It can happen. So these are pulled off, correct?
Yes.
And I get this one, so that's 5 points for me.
Yep. I will mark this down.
Now, here's a question. Do they go back in the bag?
The veggies go back in the bag.
Okay. I just didn't hear that bit. I was thinking about other things. Alright. So, a new order comes into play, correct?
Yes.
Pick one at random. Instead of taking from my hand, because why punish me, I suppose? Well, no, it doesn't matter because I'm going to be drawing back up.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, there's that. So this onion goes there.
Alright.
Then I draw back up to 5. Now the question is, why would you have less than 5, I suppose, is the question. It says draw back up to 5. If you only play one a turn...
I suppose if you play one a turn and then you play a harvest, that could in theory clear you out. I'm a little bit surprised it's not multiple cards that are drawn out in a way. Right, I'm just playing for my hand.
Okay.
I'm not mulliganing this turn. It's not...
Okay. Well, unfortunately, you're not going to be happy with me because I have the eggplant.
Oh my fucking god. Oh, pardon me,
Yes,
creator.
it's fine.
You're on Reddit. I'm sure you're used to this kind of language.
Alright, so I score another 5 points.
Right?
Okay.
Let me draw out another order. Did a order go flying when I shake the bag?
Can't tell.
Yeah, I can't see it, so... Shit.
Such language. Okay, so the problem I'm seeing currently is that my opponent, not enemy,
Yeah.
my opponent is inadvertently helping me quite a bit, and it's frustrating to her because, well, she's not getting any benefit from me doing things. What I might recommend here is that these orders remain here. And instead, you have a hand of orders that no one else can see. Yeah, and you can draw from here or from the bag. That would be my recommendation.
Alright. I also want to offer a recommendation of, instead of just one vegetable to start, perhaps multiple. Like for a 2-player game, maybe having 2 or 3 veggies to start out.
Mm-hmm.
With 3 to 4 having 4 veggies, 1 on each of these corners.
I wouldn't say the corner's the best bet, maybe, but yeah, I can see what you mean there.
Yeah, but what I'm thinking is that it's not even so much that he knows what orders I'm going to take.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always second turn. So if he's clearing out every third turn, it doesn't matter what orders are out there. I'm not going to get a chance to clear things out, especially by the rules of the game. I have to put something next to the veggie that's out there. So if I put something that actually matches the orders, he's going to go for it if he has any means of actually clearing out the orders before I get a chance to even try.
Now the problem is, if you don't put anything that matches the orders, then it becomes much more difficult for you to score points.
Yes.
But continue. Let's actually continue playing.
Alright.
Okay, so...
Ooh, you did not see that?
Actually didn't, because I was looking over here.
Okay.
Speaking of which, I only have 2 tiles in my hand. I need to draw 2.
Huh.
Come on, Pepper. Hey, love.
Yes.
Guess what I got?
Son of a bitch! So this is their 3rd scoring in a row. I'm not going to get a chance to do anything except append onto his score.
Okay. So, that didn't quite go as planned for her. I'll draw from this time.
Thank you.
And the new harvest order is potatoes, beans, and pepper.
And we have...
a pepper.
Yes.
A draw. Okay. Your turn. Okay. Put an onion there. Did you draw?
I did not.
Okay. Okay. Your turn.
I got a draw.
Okay. So, let me see the rules for this thing. Placing an onion over there.
Alright. Placing down a carrot.
Okay. Okay. So my turn. I harvest 2 onions.
Alright.
So I gain 2 points.
Congrats on that. Tom is at 17 and I am at 0. Is it my go?
Yes, it is.
Alright. I finally put down something without you taking it first. Ha
I could have taken that.
ha! You could have, but you didn't.
Oh, well.
I'm not sure if you did it out of pity or out of, like, missing it.
I missed it completely.
Okay. In that case, yes.
Yeah, still.
Alright, so these go back.
Mm-hmm.
You get a new order card. That goes out. And it is onion, tomato, green bean. And I get a new card. And it is now Tom's turn.
Okay, my turn. I'm going to put out a carrot. And I'm done.
Alright. Gonna put out peas. And I'm done.
Peas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I'm just going to mulligan
Right?
and pray that I get a potato. No. No. And show me hot potato. Nope. You are lucky indeed.
Mm-hmm. I too.
I'm not done.
Oh, sorry. You son of a bitch. I made you chili and this is how you treat me.
I love you, honey. Just saying.
I love you too, dear. Although you have a funny way of showing it.
This is a game and he needs to see what happens.
That is true.
I have to play as competitively as possible.
Yep. And I'm just playing and reacting as I would with any other game. Although
Yes.
a lot of random analysis at random points. Alright, so 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Oh. And I need to draw a card and he sees.
Yeah, I do. Wow.
5 more for Tom.
Okay. I'm sorry, love.
No, you're not. Because you keep doing it.
That's what this game is all about. It's about scoring points.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the
And a lot of screw.
Now, I'm going to say this. You don't need to play the full 50 points.
Yeah.
Which is good because it would take a while.
Well, you'd be surprised. You're already at 23.
Yeah, but it's been like, what, 10 minutes?
That is fair.
I don't see a time on that. Anyway. Okay. So, not every game actually needs to finish. And I'm going to say, unless you want to continue, we can call it here.
Let's call it here. Like,
Okay.
there's no way I'm going to be able to catch up at this point.
Yes. Alright. Your game has major issues.
I feel like there's a really good 3-player game in this somewhere. Sorry for interrupting you.
No, continue.
Right. What is very frustrating with 2 players, I feel like these mechanics would work better with a minimum of 3 and a rotating start.
Which means that someone would go twice and the other player would go twice and the other player would go twice.
Yeah.
So you go, I go, I go, you go, you go, I go, I go, you go, you go.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that's a possibility. However, the simplest and first fix you can do, these things aren't here, this isn't how you score. You either draw one every turn, or you either get to... You have to change how you draw.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing. You need 2 hands in this. You need the hand of orders and the
Veggies.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely need 2 different hands. Having this open as things you can look at to take isn't a terrible idea. But overall, this doesn't help anyone. It just leads to a situation of back and forth, just like you saw during this game. I just completely hosed Nino every time I had the chance to, because there's no reason for me not to. And those are the only order cards. Those are the only 3 available to us at any time. Alright? You can't mulligan these out, right? I didn't hear that in the rules.
I did not see a section of the rules saying those could be mulliganed out.
Okay, so with that said, you have to factor in that people are going to actively screw each other in this game. This is what this game is going to be. This is going to be a screw game. I appreciate the Harvest card. That can help. What I might do if I were you is orders are secret, and you can either draw an order, or you can do 2 of these things. You can draw an order, you can play a veggie, you can play a harvest, or you can score. So there's 4 different options that you can do. You have to hold on to your actions the best way you can, because that way you actually have some control over your turn. Your opponent can still hurt you, but they don't necessarily know how to do that. The harvest cards, I like them as they are. I would like to... I'm not sure I can... You might want to make a sort of like a third deck where it's a small pile and it's just one of each harvest tile. And you can only have 1 harvest tile at a time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also hidden, so when you reveal it, that's when you... Yeah, so you can take only 1 harvest tile and you keep that until you actually play it.
Yeah.
That's my recommendation for the harvest tile. It prevents it from being, oh look, I'm just going to play harvest tile turn after turn. What do you recommend? What do you think this game needs?
I do agree with you on there with removing these. Maybe with the caveat of instead replacing these with a more elaborate version. You have a 7x7. You have a 7x7 grid, and yet you keep like the order tiles out as only 3x3s. Instead, you could have like the open orders as like 4 or 5x5s, veggie rows, as well as like the 3x3s that the players draw out, with the 4 and 5x5 tiles being things that are worth a lot more, but at the same time they're open, so they're more prone to screwing. So you have the option of, do you want to go for the elaborate and expensive tiles, or do you want to just keep what's in your hand and be safer, but also have to work longer towards the goal of 50 points?
I'm not sure anyone would allow a 4 tile to be played. You might have a seat. Now, I'll say this. Here's an idea for you.
Hmm?
Because that's not a terrible idea. In Ticket to Ride, in some of the versions, they have a super ticket. And that's the super long route.
Yeah.
It's worth a lot of points. Everyone gets one at the beginning of the game. It's special. You don't get another one. But let's say for you, you have that secret 4 at the beginning of the game, and then later on, if you ever accomplish it, you can draw another one and get that.
I do like that. I do like the Super Ticket Secret 4 option.
Yeah. Because otherwise people are just never going to allow you to get your 4.
Yeah. I will say this is a very hard game with 2 players.
Yes. I have no doubt that if I had started first and Nina had done what I did, I would be just as furious as she was later on in the game. But it's like, well, for the 4th time, my best strategy has failed me miserably.
Mm-hmm. Which is my
Huzzah.
only strategy.
Yes. Yeah, I think you definitely need to escalate the amount of orders that people have, but also keep them secret. I think that's the biggest change you need to implement. You need to implement that now, because right now, this is not a game, this is a waiting game. This is a game that people play until someone makes a mistake and they jumped on.
Yeah. Basically, he's Mario and I'm a Koopa in this situation. And
Yeah,
it's
I
not
just kept
great.
jumping on you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, a 1-up.
But I also do want to recommend like the 4 grid or maybe a 3 grid or something. Just have multiple veggies to start with. So that way, even with the secret tiles, it doesn't come down to I'm just the second and I'm required only in the sense that he needs 3 tiles and I can only put in every other tile. That can be incredibly frustrating. Meanwhile, if you put out...
Say that again? Just to make sure. Well, with secret tiles, with secret orders, you can't really control, which has its own pitfalls, but understand you might be putting something down that screws me over.
Yeah.
Which is good. I think you could appreciate that in this game.
I do. I don't know, I feel like there needs to be more openness to start with, too. Even if it is just like 3 veggie tiles in a diagonal.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Maybe 5.
5 would be also good.
So here, 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 and 1 in the center.
Yeah. That will work out very well.
Mm-hmm.
Basically just enough so that way you have, like, some stretch room. So you could go for, like, whichever of your orders you want to go for if you have them.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this is something that didn't really come up in the game, but I am worried. I'm a little bit worried about this strategy of being able to mulligan any turn you want.
Yeah, that seems very powerful. I was going to get to that next.
Yeah.
Frankly, there's no reason for that to happen. You made something very, very, very powerful there. It's overwhelming to the opponent. Oh, look, I have 5 new chances to get the one thing I need to take the one order that they've been working towards.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work, I put something down to screw with them.
That is something that happened, as you saw.
Yep. Well, in conclusion, I hate to say it, but you need to go back to the drawing board for a bit.
Yeah. This needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
I do like the concept a lot. It does appeal to me. I do like farming games and Harvest Moon especially, but...
Yeah. This isn't necessarily doomed, by any means.
Yeah.
You need to change how the orders work drastically. I'd also recommend the changes to the Harvest, as I said before, because that can still be a very powerful ability. I'm not sure how many of these situations you've seen where the game happened like it did, but I hope you get back to us. So, well, thank you very much for sending this to me. I'll be sending you Outflank shortly. Mm-hmm. And
I look forward to playing the remaster of this.
Yes. Oh, yes. We can totally, if you have any changes you want us to play, we will playtest this again. Mm-hmm. We will show you our games, our playtest of your game. That's what we do.
Yes.
So, yes.
And even with my frustration, I was very happy to play this.
So, okay. I just want to make sure that the end is a little bit heartening. So, okay.
Thank you very much.